Good people, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. The case of oil well seeding from Imo State to Rivers State has triggered a serious concern right now because IPOB has arisen, and you're going to hear exactly their standpoint as it has to do with the seeding of 17 oil wells to Rivers State. Don't forget that few days ago, precisely I think on May 7, there was a ruling, Supreme Court ruling that Imo State should cede the 17 oil wells to Rivers State because of some of the administrative document that were on ground, proving that all the oil well actually belongs to Rivers State. But IPOB have stood their ground and they have this to tell the communities in Imo State in respect to the seeding of the oil well. We're going to be looking at that in a jiffy, and after that, we will look at some of the comments of Nigerians in that respect. But before we do all of that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to hit on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB yesterday kicked against the alleged ceding of some communities of Ohaji stroke Egbema local government area of Imo State to Rivers State, saying it portends grave consequences. IPOB, in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, said following an illegal, undocumented treaty to cede some communities of Ohaji stroke Egbema local government area from Imo State to Rivers State via a crooked financial inducement, we the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and leadership of our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to warn that such project be called to a halt to avoid an inevitable consequences. We suggest to the communities that fall into this deceptive venture to retrace their step, considering that the singular act could attract futuristic destructive effects. IPOB was intimidated with the information regarding Rivers State government plan, which include conditional future promises, and having gone through this move, realized that the Rivers State government will abandon them in future because Governor Wike, under whose tenure this plan was hatched and about to be executed, cannot be in charge of Rivers State beyond his tenure as a current governor. IPOB enumerated the alleged affected communities as Umuapu, Awara, Ihe, Obeti, and Asa communities, warning that they will regret if they accept the ceding to Rivers State. We warn the communities to be ready to accept the consequences of not rejecting the offer because they will regret their actions in the near future if the evil proposal is not dropped or revisited. Any community in Ohaji, Egbema local government area of Imo State that wishes to join Rivers State due to poor economic state should know that Wike's government will not continue to be in power in Rivers State forever and therefore should remain where God Almighty Chukwu Okike placed them, as the near future will be great. It is a known fact that Imo State government failed in the obligation as it concerns the predicament they are facing in that area, but they must for, forget Rivers State government with their satanic offer, which is full of deceptive characteristics and trappings that would harm them and their children in the future, as such may not be sustainable by successive government in Rivers State. Wow. Now this is a really serious. I'm telling you, don't forget that in April 20, precisely April 26, 2022, there was a protest. Some scores of leaders of oil community in Ohaji, Egbema, and even in Oguta local government area of Imo State did protest over that plan by River State through a pending case before the Supreme Court to see the oil well. But right now, saying they should reject it is like going against the Supreme Court order, because already the Supreme Court has made their stand clear that the oil wells actually belong to Rivers State. And if the oil well belongs to Rivers State, it's not something that it's not something that they are trying to cajole the community to come over to, Rivers State. It's something that is already established by law. So right now, I don't know if they can reframe the case and push in for appeal. There's a way that it can be reframed as it's not actually the case, but the community itself can get legal advice on what to do now that IPOB has sent a warning to them. Just like they rightly say, the promises may be very lofty now, may not just be lofty, might be very, very interesting now. But unfortunately, just like Imam Powerful rightly say, this guy Governor Wike, is going to last there for I think the next 7 months, and after the 7 months, he is gone. Another guy will take over, and that person will come up with his own plan, with his own decisions, and that decision cannot be upturned. So it's just a case of when the Pharaoh that knows not Joseph come on board. The children of Israel suffered a great deal. So I think at this point they should send in a delegation to the appropriate authorities to let them understand we still want to stay where we had been before. Now we don't want to shift grounds and all of that. But based on the economic status of the two states, if we have to review their status, River State seems to be more profitable for them. I don't know the kind of treatment that have been meted out to those communities that are, they will be happy to join the other side. But however, it's important to know that this issue cannot just be handled on just normal plain negotiation. It has gone through the court, and there's a court order to that effect. The judgment was in favor of River State. So whatever that must be done in sync with the court order. You understand? Let's look at what Nigerians have to say, because a lot of people have reacted to that particular, information. And someone here says this issue of oil well going to River State. At first, when I heard the ruling, I was not comfortable to them. What we know is that it belongs to Imo State. No one should allow them to take it away from them. Another person here says this was the same thing that happened in between Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State. Today, the Minister of Niger Delta has confessed that he gave the government of Cross River State as much as 18 billion naira, and that was why the whole case was handled without hassle. Who knows what has happened between the two governors? Time will tell. Yeah, the issue of Cross River State, it was exactly like this. I think it was a case of Bakassi or so. And before we know, today Cross River State is no more in the list of oil-rich states. Just fairly recently, I heard that news where this guy came on board, the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, who is now the former minister of Niger Delta, came on board to tell Nigerians, hey, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. I give as much as 18 billion naira. Everybody was like, wow, who did he give it to? And all of that. The current administration. I think that time it was Native Ogi also. So all of this is a pointer to the fact that sometimes people trade these communities for huge wealth. They know how to play their own game. Before you know, they will just release it out. So the people must also know, not just the people, River State people, Imo State people should think of appealing that case in another way, such that they can reclaim back that which truly belong to them, as IPOB said. That's where we like to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let's interact.